No, what's going on, Tim? Uh, I know you guys are all waiting for the peanut butter video. I know you guys all are. Yeah, I just gotta get to it. That's the thing. It's definitely gotta get that done. Oh my god, we got 4 people already. Holy crap. What's up, Mike? Guys, I just got done skinning a raccoon out, so I'm a little dirty right now. We had like some high gust winds here today, and it was so windy out there that I didn't really do videos. I'm kind of glad yesterday that I did some shooting, because today was just a pure nasty day where I knew it was going to be nasty today here. So it was like I didn't even go out to do a video, and like I said, I was kind of glad that I did that all yesterday. So then I had myself already set up for today. What's going on, Jason? I thought oh, that sucks, Mike. Oh my god. Yeah, so we got power here, but um, a few of my buddies don't have power right now, and uh, some other people I know don't have power right now, and it's like, and my buddies, one of my buddies also a trapper, and he was out in his skinning shed skinning some animals, and he uh, he was skinning with his electric hoist, and he just lost power when he was doing that, and the coon was all the way up where he couldn't reach it. So now he had to get a ladder down to be able to get the coon to come down, because he couldn't use the electric hoist because he lost power. PB squirrel. Oh geez, I got one, guys, the other day, and I believe the squirrel was probably almost a state record for my area or for my state, but I didn't really know. But it weighed almost 4 pounds. Like it it was massive. It was like three point something, and it was really big and chubby and fat. And I'm like, oh my god. And of course, I shot him with the 35. No, I'm not. I haven't done that video yet. I thought you were talking about personal best squirrel. I thought that's what you were talking about. PB short for peanut butter. Yeah, I know. I thought you were talking about the peanut or the personal best. Man, guys, I'm sweating in here right now. What's up, air hogs? I wasn't really gonna show up tonight on a live stream because I figured, well, I was gonna be busy doing some coon, but I said, you know what, screw it. Tomorrow's another day, so I got the one skinned out. So now tomorrow I can go ahead and flesh it out and board it. Our temps are dropping here. You found some of those hand warmers. Whew, guys, it's pretty warm. It's cold out there, but it's warm here in the garage because we had like 60-mile-per-hour winds here in Michigan today, and it was like crazy weather. Like, I ended up being the crazy one and going out this morning on a little squirrel hunt in 40-plus-mile-per-hour winds, and that probably wasn't a good choice because what happened is I was sitting in one of my ground blinds back there just to take shelter, and about 10:40ish this morning, there I was starting to hear like a tree cracking and stuff, and I'm like, oh no, where is this coming from? And there's actually a tree that fell probably about 10 to maybe 15 yards from where I was sitting at, and it fell the opposite direction, and I was like, oh no. And then what happened is I had another problem earlier today is when I was checking the traps I have out, a tree fell and I could hear it cracking, and if I didn't get out of the way right away, I probably would have died because that tree would have fell straight on me. And today was not a day to be out near trees and woods. You like the big bore life? Oh yeah, they're great guns, especially. I mean, really, they're not made to be like. I mean, the Bulldog's not probably the most accurate big bore, but really for the 81 grain JSB pellet or FX JSB pellet to shoot that good at 50 yards like you guys seen in that video, like that was incredible over the other day with Bog Pod. But if you guys watched the Bog Pod review, I found that to be pretty curious there, and you know, maybe it's going to open an eye up to some of these people that are going to be buying it for like Christmas gifts and stuff, and then when they see that, they're going to be like, yep, nope, I probably not going to buy one of them then. Nope, I didn't see it. I mean, I seen squirrels today, but they were kind of like moving quick, like it was due to the wind, but I don't know. And now it sounds like it's like snowing out there, so it's typical right now. So to get one day of warm weather and high winds to another day, or within like an hour or two of different temps. Yeah, Tim, I've never tried the polymags. I think I'm gonna end up getting some more for the Bulldog. And I'm kind of saving the Nozzlers and the Lucky 7 ammo for, you know, big game like the deer and stuff. I wouldn't mind shooting coyotes and stuff with the 81 grain JSB FX pellet. .48 here now. Yeah, it's colder here right now. We're definitely dropping colder. But earlier this morning when I got up, it was like 60 degrees here, and I was like, oh man, this is nice. Like even the birds, I could hear the frogs making some noise. And I was like, oh my God, is winter over already? Like we're already in spring. And then later tonight, about I don't know, about 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon, they started dropping again. I'm like, oh no. Like even the birds were even active this morning with that warmer temp in the 60s. FX pellets shoot good and all my AA big bores. Yeah, they're not bad pellets. It's just it sucks for the price. You only get 100 of them, but I guess that's the thing with the big bores. Just got done watching your bulldog video. Well, appreciate you watching it. I was pretty impressed with it. I think next video we're probably gonna push it out to like that 75 yard with the 81 grain pellet. And then eventually we'll get to the Nozzlers and the Lucky 7. '72 here in Atlanta. Did you guys all hear about those tornadoes that I guess touched down in Kentucky or something? I don't know if I guess it started down south. Like someone told me it started like in Mississippi or Texas and then it worked its way up to Kentucky. And I'm like, oh my God. And I guess it was like a record for tornadoes in one state. I don't know. Like that's what I heard. I was like, oh God. And that's what I'm saying, Mike. That's how it was here. I could hear the frogs croaking this morning, and it was so warm here. And I was like, oh my God. Oh, that was it. Okay. Okay, Jason. That's what I thought. That's crazy. Like I mean I like oh God, I couldn't imagine those family right now that lost their house and you know all the recovery that they got to do and yeah, it's like oh my God, it's just it's sad. But yeah, it's to me it's just whew, I couldn't imagine living in that. Yeah. Let's see here. Lucky 7 rocks. Yeah, Tim. I like I said. I'm just now starting to shoot the bulldog a little bit more here, but um, I'm starting to get used to it now, and you know, it's obviously a different gun than what I'm used to. Second of all, um, just the way it's formed and the way that you hold it is different than I'm used to. So it's definitely something I'm starting to get used to. And then I pull up the Avengers after I shoot the Bulldog and I shoot the Avenger, and it's like, oh my God, what a difference in sound and noise, and um, you know, from the crack noise to the little ping noise of the Avengers going off. Amazon's going to be late. Did you see? No, Tim, I didn't see that or hear that. Dang, 7 people in here. Let's go ahead and give that thumbs up, guys. Oh man, now we're down to 5. Texas onions. Jeez. That's crazy. I already gave that the thumbs up. Oh man, Jason. You're the first one. Come on, guys. Oh, there's two. The Daisy Low Red Rider. I mean, come on. That thing is. That thing's a little. I. I don't know how to like say that. The little Daisy Red Rider, like that's made to like tickle the hair off of a mouse. Like that ain't nothing. I could sit there and shoot pop cans all day long with the BBs. Oh yeah, I used to have one. I'm pretty sure a lot of us have one. Like it was my first gun. Shows 0 on your end, Tim. Shows 3 on mine. Oh boy. Six people and 4 legs. Yeah, STKO's been driving me nuts lately. He wants me to send him up some of these 36 or 38 grain, not these ones. But I already sent him some of these. And the Slugs Nelson specialty, or the 25250 36 grain. And I sent him some to test out. But I guess I didn't send him the 38 grain. All I sent him was the 36 grain. So I'm like, oh no. So I got this envelope right here that I'm gonna send him some. What's going on, Break Barrel? Have you seen that AA HP Max 13-inch barrel? No, I have not. I'm rooting for Michigan over Georgia. Go blue. Oh boy. Yep. I mean that that was my first air gun, or not even. That was my first little gun that my parents always said, "You're gonna shoot your eye out, kid." I would always go out there after school every single night and put cans out there and just sit there like the old cowboy action and kind of pulled the part where the Christmas Story, where the little kid got the Red Rider and he went out there and was shooting, and that's how I was. Yeah, they are like. I kind of wish I still had it. Mine actually broke, but I kind of wish I still had it because I think it would be fun to just get out there and shoot pop cans and bring back the old days when I was younger. Like it was definitely fun. Now, now these days it's like they always have something different now. They're coming out with all this different guns and stuff, and I have one at no joke at 1-inch group at 100 yards. I wouldn't doubt it. I think I tried to shoot a bird with it one day, and I don't remember if I actually killed it. I think I did, but like Tim, is it still saying 0 on yours? Guys, there's gonna be the peanut butter video. There's no doubt. It's just kind of waiting for that right day. Laugh out loud, AEA. I know, I need to get me an AEA gun. I need to really see what the hype about them, because everybody seems like they're into them now. I want to get me a 30 cal next, because I already have 22, 25, 35, 177s. I think it's time to get the 30 now. Because I can sit there and compare the 35 versus the 30. $35, no, I'm not going to get another 35. I already have the Bulldog. Which is funny, guys. The Bulldog is not even really rated to shoot the 81 grain pellets. It's more rated to shoot the slugs. But it's kind of funny that you could shoot the 35 pellets out of it. That is weird, Tim. It's saying 7 on my end and 4 likes. I mean, I'll be able to find 30. There's no doubt I'll be able to find 30 pellets. Waiting for a full auto Zeus. I've heard some bad things, not to change it from the AEA guns here, but I've heard some bad things about the hats on Blitz. Like, people are saying that they jam, they break after a while. They're not, because it's semi-automatic. But for that price range, I don't even think I want to even mess with one. Tim, send it my way. I'll put it to a test. Smells like raccoon out here right now. Whew. $25 is more available. Yeah, that's the problem. When you start getting up to that 30 and above, the ammo starts to get a little more pricier, and then you get less ammo over the 22 and the 25. Like, I could buy the FX or JSB 25 fours for the 25. You get like 350 of them for the price of buying 1 tin of the 35. Smells like a raccoon. Oh boy. Now that's hilarious. Oh. Little Bubba Jay's sitting over there. It's actually hanging. He's got no skin on him. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For the Crossman hollow points and stuff, or Crossman Dome, you could sit there and buy hollow points for 22 for half the price of the 35 pellet, or up from there. Yeah, I mean, the 35, guys, is not a bad gun. It's really not. I mean, if you're really looking for power, definitely the 35 is where the power is at. There's no doubt to it. I mean, I've noticed it with the Bulldog. I know these are shooting over 100 foot-pounds of energy. You know, so that's still a lot of energy. I don't know what. Damn, my throat. I don't know why anybody would want a 30 when the 25 is cheaper to shoot, plus puts up. Yeah, it does. I mean, it all depends, though. I mean, 35 is. I mean, like when I was shooting the Bulldog yesterday, and started getting dangerous shooting that thing, and you know, it puts out quite a bit of energy. It really does. And that squirrel I shot with the Bulldog, which that's going to be my next video. I'm going to try to get a video of a squirrel being shot with the Bulldog. I'm going to use the 81 grain pellet. But the thing is, guys, that the one I shot, and that was my biggest squirrel, I should have probably turned it in, because probably would have been maybe the state record for here, but I didn't even want to go through all that process and then sit there and mess around with all that crap. But I mean, definitely that was my biggest squirrel ever. I mean, this thing was so chubby that its belly was hanging so low that it could barely walk. And when he was up in the one tree I was watching him in, he was actually, one of the branches he stepped on actually broke. And I thought he was going to hit the ground. And he was like 40 something yards out from me, and I thought he was going to hit the ground. And he didn't, but he got lucky, because when that branch broke, he actually jumped off of that branch and landed onto the main tree, and I crawled down. And that day he came in at like 20, 25 yards. So I took him out with a bulldog, and I aimed for the head. It went in his head and came out his opposite side shoulder, but it really didn't do much to him. See, that's why I'm kind of thinking that the big bores guns, I guess it wouldn't really matter where you hit them at. I guess, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I don't know. I need to still do a squirrel catch, clean, and cook video. Like, that's on my list to do. Yeah, I still have the Swarm Whisper. It's not a bad gun, guys. And that's the thing. Like, you saw a lot of videos last year with the Swarm series, and they're not bad break barrels, but it's like, to me, I don't know. I just kind of moved out of them too. Like, they just, they're definitely fun, but it comes down to, I don't know. Like, I had the Magnum. I sold that one. I had the Maxim that gave me grief. And I didn't even bother to send that one in because I'm like, screw it. Why send it in? Because it's, then it's going to have more problems. So I ended up selling that one. And then we still have the Whisper like that. The Gamma Swarm Whisper was probably my most accurate in the Swarm series. Like, I don't know if it was just me or what, but to me it was definitely the most accurate in the Swarm series. That's what everybody says. Everybody says the 35 will like destroy the meat and stuff. But like I mostly just take headshots, whether I'm using rimfire for squirrels or air guns. The only thing I won't aim really for the head is with the shotgun. And I have a video, guys. This is something that's really embarrassing, and STKO knows about it. But I went out on a squirrel hunt about a week ago, or when was it? About maybe 2 weeks ago, and took my 870 after that first video I had up. Took my 870 again, and I said, screw it, I want to try another one, and ended up getting a shot off. And I just don't know what happened there, but I ended up taking like 4 shots at one squirrel with the 870 and had the same choke in as I did the one video, and I completely just missed him. Like I just don't know what happened. And then I got a trail cam photo of a squirrel, a fox squirrel that I shot at that day, and he's got a big old chunk of hair, legit, just missing off of his back. So I don't know what happened there, but ended up not even killing him. Um, so, but I'm thinking it was probably that squirrel. And if I do get this one, guys, I'm definitely going to be showing you guys a video of this squirrel because he is like, I wouldn't really say matrix, but he definitely, like, you could tell he was hit by something and it just grazed the top of his back. And I don't know if that was the wad or if that was a couple of BBs that drilled him right there. But it wasn't enough to actually kill him. And it was right on the top of his back. And I haven't really missed too many with the air guns. Like I think I've only missed maybe 2 this year so far. What's going on, left-handed trigger finger? What's everybody up to on besides watching me tonight? Watching a little King AGEX'S ramble on about weird things tonight. I don't know. Oh boy, we got 10 people in here and 5 likes. Let's get up to 10 likes. I'm working on the house today. Yeah. Well, there's 6 likes. Yeah, guys, I don't know, because Tim said there was 0 people watching, and then I don't know, maybe it's something with YouTube. Maybe they don't care for me anymore. They must not like me. I don't know. That's funny, Tim. Yeah. Yeah, I actually subscribed to his channel the other day, and I was watching some of his videos. Yeah, I did too. It's rumors, I guess. I don't know. I guess Coon Creek was with them the other day. I watch him all the time too. Like, I just don't know, guys. Like, I'm always watching something on YouTube. Like, I don't know. If I'm not watching air gun related videos, I'm watching trapping videos, or sad to say, guys, some other gaming. Yeah, you guys heard it. Other gaming videos. I don't know why, but it's who I am, I guess. I don't know. Rumor is we're going to be. Yep. I know. I'm kind of curious to watch it myself. Like, yeah, like me in STKL, we play Fortnite. I guess I don't know. Like he's the one that kind of got me into the Fortnite, and I'm like, oh god, like the first day I played, I'm like, well, I don't really care to do this. Like, I need to get other things done, and then I'm like, eh. And then about a week later, he's like, hey, come on, let's play again. And I'm like, I guess I will for like 5 minutes. And then me and him played until like 1 o'clock in the morning that night. And I'm like, okay. And then ever since then, I've been kind of hooked on it. Have you? No, I have not yet. That is cool. I heard everything good about the egg gun lashies. Like, they just look cool to me. B4 and COD. There you go, Jason. Oh. Now, like I said, I just kind of play it every once in a great while. Now I'm kind of hooked on it, so now it's like, I don't know. But I mostly just play like that type of stuff when it's like nasty out or nighttime when I can't be out doing videos or something, or if I'm not, really busy, then I'll sit there and play it. But other than that, I don't really play games much. What do you use to fill your guns? The Yonghang. I've had it for I've had it for less than a year now. Basically, it'll be a year, and I think it's like March or April, one of them. Yeah, the Yonghang. That's all I use. Fills up all my guns. Uh, Never failed on me. I use distilled water like everybody, or like me and STKO, we use distilled water. A lot of people off the Yonghangs, they use natural spring water, and city water. I just use basic distilled water and never had an issue with it. Season up, nothing. I always check the level of the oil, make sure everything's tightened on the pistons. Uh, Never had to change anything else out on it um, besides just oil and water. That's it. And right now I'm using the Power Mate. This is the oil I'm using because it is oil and water coolant. So I use this out of it for oil, and it works perfect. And I've only had to change this like twice already with this 1 gallon, and it works really good. Don't exceed 100. Yeah, no, I don't. In the summertime, I run the ice packs in the container. Right now, I am. My hoses are hooked up to 15-liter, 16-quart container. It's like a sweater box. I got it at the Dollar General or something, I forgot, but works just fine. And the only other thing I really had to do is every once in a great while is just kind of check the intake on the water pump. But other than that, it's working just fine. It airs up my guns quick. Even the Bulldog, it airs that thing up within maybe 30 seconds, because I shoot it down to 3,000, down to 2,000, so it's pretty quick there. Why could you not use antifreeze in it? I mean, I don't know. I just use distilled water. It's a water that I've always used in it. Never had an issue with it. Yeah, it definitely beats hand pumping guns. Like, it's crazy. But it's never I've never had an issue with it at all. And it'll be a year in March or April. I'll have to look back, but it's been running good. So I just did my last oil change in this compressor a couple days ago, and with that Power Mate VX oil, it got me every bit of 3 months out of it. Yep, Mike, I've heard some good things about that one too. Like that. Guys, I wouldn't really go to that little 12-volt compressor unless you're planning on filling up um, like 180cc or less bottle on guns or tubes. Uh, if you're planning on filling up, such as the Avengers up to 4350 and the Bulldog and your higher pressure guns, those 12 volts ain't gonna do it. Like, I had one of those little 12 volts, and it struggled even with the gauntlet. It barely aired that thing up, and it actually broke after I filled up the gauntlet. And it just, it was garbage. No, I have not seen them yet. Yeah, and then the filters, I forgot too. I had to change out the filter and the fill whip. Normally, normally I just go over a checklist. Every time I change out oil in the compressor, I'll check the water, check the gauges, uh, the uh, the piston, make sure all the screws are tightened, um, fill whip. It's just like a big checklist that I go over, make sure everything's still holding up, everything's still working good, and then kind of like a little maintenance list. Yeah, left-handed trigger finger. I would I definitely look into getting you a little compressor. I don't know what kind of guns you have, but really these young hangs are not made for guns. They're made to fill up the bottles and stuff. But I mean, my guns are no are a dream paired to this compressor. Like this compressor, it takes no effort to fill up those guns. I could shoot the Avenger down to the regulator or degas the Avengers, such as we all know that with the Avengers. You gotta degas if you want to move the reg uh, or turn down the reg. Um, so with that being said, I mean it with the Avengers, this compressor is just, I mean it airs it back up from 0 up to 4350 about not even maybe 2 minutes. Like it's quick and um, probably the same thing with Mike's Hill compressor. I bet you that thing would probably do it too. Yeah, and then that's the thing. I mean, I'm thinking about getting me a bottle um, to have out there in the yard with me. Like the Bulldog, it eats up a lot of air. Um, so it is kind of nice having something as this compressor because there's no way I'm hand pumping the Bulldog up. Tim, do you what kind of compressor do you have? No, he just left to go let the dog out. I mean, I know there's some other compressors out there these days now where they're just as good as the Young Hangs, but I don't really want to change on compressors just yet because I went through two of those little 12-volt compressors before getting me one of these, and I was totally happy with this product with that compressor right there. And I know it's reliable. I know every time I hook it up to a gun, it's gonna do it. It's gonna air them up, and then I could sit there and let the gun air up, and I could be loading up magazines or getting your guys set up for a video purpose or something like that, or just kind of get myself set up for whatever I want to do then. Get 15 fills from 100 bar up to 200 bar. There you go. I thought I showed you guys this compressor before, but I think I'm gonna do a bench review this summer with it. I mean, I would do it now, but I just kind of have it all set up right now where like I said, guys, I just change out the oil and change out the water. So it's running off of fresh water and oil right now. So it's, I don't feel like dumping out the water and to be able to do a review with it. So I think I'll probably do it on my next one. I'll be able to get all this changed with the oil and the water. So I got roughly about 3 months, maybe two to three off of oil change off of this compressor now with that power mate. So I'll probably be able to get up. So we're in December now, so I'll probably be able to get up until February before I have to change the oil. Now it all depends on how often you use the compressor and how much hours you have on it. It all depends on the oil. It's just like your car with the oil. How many miles you go is going to depend on the oil. Same thing with this. I don't use it a lot. I just use it for here and there, but I normally air up my guns 1 time a week. And if I go out squirrel hunting or do a review with you guys or plank away, I fill it up on the weekends. And then if I'm gonna go out hunting or do a review, I fill it up like more towards the end of the week again. I'll fill up all the guns over again. And then so I don't use this compressor a lot, but when I do, like there's been some days like where I'm tuning a gun out, such as the Avengers, where I need to turn down the reg. And obviously we all know with the Avengers you can turn the reg up with air in the gun, but you can't turn the regulator down with air in the gun. So we all know we got to degas the gun to reset the regulator. So there's been times I had to do that where I use this compressor maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4, 5 times a day to sit there and do it like that. But other than that, it doesn't get used that much anymore. Dang, Tim, you'll have to send me an email pic of it. I want to see a picture of your compressor. For example, guys, like I just aired this bad boy up. What was it? Yesterday. Because I was shooting it a little bit. So here's the Avenger. You guys can see right there that we are actually perfect. And I haven't shot this gun much at all lately in the last few days. So we're perfect on air right now. The Bulldog is even aired up all the way. Like even though yesterday I shot the gun for a review purpose, but I ended up re-airing it back up. But that was pretty much it. Kind of forgot how heavy the Bulldog really was until I picked it up today. I was like, oh no. Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome, Tim. Never, never really heard. I mean, I've heard of that compressor, but never really looked into it. Tim, is that one take the oil and the water, or is that just your basic one, or does it take oil, lubricant, whatever? That's bad. That's cool. Yeah, I kind of forgot, guys, how you said about the bulldog when I started shooting it the other day, yesterday, and then I pulled out the Avenger and took a shot, and I'm like, oh my god, my Avenger's broke type of thing because the crack of the bulldog over the Avenger, like it made it sound like the Avenger was actually broke, and it really wasn't. It has a built-in oil water separator. That's cool. That I like I said, Tim, I've heard some things about that compressor. That's the thing. Like, there's so many of them out there now that it's like, like you got the Nomad, you got the um, all these little 12 volts, you got the Young Hangs, you got the Hills, you got the Benjamin compressors, you got all these different compressors out there, and it's like, I guess that's like new day now. Like, I don't know, like, you can even buy the ones that are made for a shop. Like it's crazy. Yeah, I've heard some things about the Nomad too, and that's the thing. Like, I don't know. To me, it's like people say that, oh, it didn't last me very long, and then I've heard bad things people saying about the Young Hangs. Like, well, I bought this Young Hang because everybody said it was good quality, and I've only got maybe 1 year out of mine, and I'm not buying another one. It all depend. It really all depends on the maintenance of it and how you maintain it. That's all it is. Like, if you take care of it and you maintain it and change oil, check everything on it, everything, it's gonna last. Now these people out there that are like, oh well, I went through 2 Young Hangs and still having issues, I'm not gonna buy another one. It's because chances are they probably never maintain it. They probably didn't use the right oil in it, and um, they just screwed it up. People are using hydraulic oil in these Young Hangs, and to me, I'm not running hydraulic in that. The only way I'd run hydraulic oil in this compressor is if it came down to that's the only thing I could get. Exactly. Exactly. Or people are doing that like when my compressor's airing up my gun, I'm right here watching the gauge. I don't pay attention to the gauge on the compressor because that gauge is usually off by just a little bit. I watch the gauges on the guns over this. I mean, the gauge on the compressor is gonna be almost perfect or right there, but I rather watch the gun than watch that. And usually I'm like filling up mags. I'll look over, make sure, okay, we're at 3,000, 33, 34, 37, 43, 50. And then when I start to see it kind of getting up to its max pressure, such as the Avengers up to 4350, when it gets up to 4,000, basically I stop doing what I'm doing and start keeping an eye on that gun, and then I reach over and then degas the compressor or open up the bleed valves, and then bam. Like, I don't get it, guys. Like, I kind of wish I could sit there and see all these people, the mistakes that they're making with these things, and I don't know. Same thing with the Bulldog. When it gets up to like 28-ish, I really start paying attention to that. And then like I said, I drop what I'm doing, get over to the compressor, keep looking at the gun, and once it reaches 3,000, it shuts off. All right, go on from there. Left-handed trigger, you got it, Young Hee? I was just talking about hydraulic oil that people put in that compressor. I don't. Yep, that's the thing with these Yonghengs. It says it right there in the owner's manual. See, guys, this is the other thing that really bugs me is people sit there and they don't read owner's manual. They just sit there and hook it up, air up their gun. Like, I watched this one guy, and I'm not gonna say his name yet, but in this one, but I watched him with the same Yongheng I have. He sat there and filled it up, or had a 5-gallon bucket of water. He lived down in Georgia. He had a 5-gallon bucket of water, same compressor, ran the hoses, the intake discharge hose into that bucket to the pump. What's he go and do? He had a Benjamin Bulldog. He added a little bit of oil. He added regular car oil, not compressor oil, just basic car oil. It was like 10W40, whatever. I don't even remember what is that, but it was just regular car motor oil into the Yongheng. He filled up the Bulldog. And first of all, he didn't add enough oil in the compressor. And he sat there, turned it on, filled up the Bulldog, and you could see the compressor working overtime. And it was 4 minutes, and he was not even at 2,000 PSI in the Bulldog. And he's like, what a piece of junk. Why is this thing not working? It's common sense. You got to read the owner's manual. You got to make sure that your oil is leveled out. He didn't even add enough oil. It says right here on the front of my compressor where the oil should be at. And what's he go do? He just puts in not even enough to even run the compressor, and he seized it up. And he goes, this thing's junk. I'm sending it back. To me, it's like, read the owner's manual. It says right there on the compressor where that oil should be at, and he didn't even follow along. I'm like, what an idiot. Guys, that's the thing. And then I don't get it. I really don't. I don't know. I don't know, Tim. But thing is, like I said, it's all about reading owner's manuals and doing YouTube. There's Google search it, guys. You'll find some info about this stuff. It's not, rocket science here where you can see this stuff. I mean, it's basic. And I don't know. I thought it was funny. I'm thinking, well, there you go. There's your answer right there. And, I don't know, Tim, if he actually got his money back, but who knows? And I'm like, the guy was from Georgia, and I just laughed my butt off because of it. So, yeah, it is. I mean, to sit there and, it says right there in the owner's manual what type of oil you should run in that compressor. And he even said right there in the video, he opened up the owner's manual and saw the compressor oil that is rated for that compressor. He goes, oh no, I'm not gonna go out there and spend, $40 for a little 1 quart oil for this. I'm just gonna go ahead and add in regular motor oil. Like I was thinking, oh my god, I wish I could jump through the screen and you know and say, dude, you're not running the right oil in that thing. And after that, I'd never seen another video with that Young Hang. Like, I don't even know. I haven't even seen him posted another video, and everybody that was commenting on that video is saying, dude, you're not running the right oil and that you should not be running motor oil. This and that, and you're gonna wreck it. And I just laughed my butt off. Like, I thought it was hilarious. I mean, to me, it was hilarious. To you guys, it might be hilarious to sit there and see some moron like that sit there and do that. I mean, it's funny, but that's why I always pay attention to what I'm doing in that type of stuff. Yeah, Jason, that's exactly it. He should have listed the title that this is what you should not do with a compressor. That would have been a good title right there. That's it. That would have been the title right there. I mean, I do remember the channel's name, but it's none of you guys, obviously, but I just thought it was kind of funny there because I kind of laughed my butt off at it, and I'm like, what a moron. And I'm like, well, there you go. There's your answer. Oh, that was hilarious, though. Sit there and see that. I thought it was funny. Then I found the Young Hang Facebook page. People sit there and say, well, what kind of how come my compressor's not working and this and that? And like I said, it's all about reading owner's manual. And then, yeah, it drives me nuts to sit there and say, like, and read these type of comments on these Facebook pages and stuff. And then it's like, what? you know? I don't know. To me, I just think it's hilarious. Yeah, the that is right, Tim. The only difference is about the royal purple, and this is the only thing that I would kind of disagree about that. But yeah, the royal purple is rated for that compressor, but I want clear oil, and then I could see when it gets dirty. And I run full synthetic oil in my compressor, and it works just fine. Like, that's all I've ran. Haven't ran any other oil in it, just full synthetic. Uh, the royal purple is not clear, so it's hard to tell when it gets dirty. So to me, I guess, or must you write it down how many times that day or that month that you used it, and I guess you could go off of that. But to me, I don't use that. I use the Power Mate blend, full synthetic. Uh, but yeah, they do recommend that. I just don't use it. Just order one, it'll get here Monday. There you go, left-handed trigger finger. You'll love it. Yeah, because that's the thing, guys. You got to think about that too. Is with oil. Think as darker the oil that you put in, it's harder to tell when it gets dirty. So that's why I try to use clear. That's the reason why I went to the Power Mate. Or I think they also say in the owner's manual to run like AW something 46 or 47. Can't think of it off my mind, but obviously I'd go and look at the owner's manual before going to the store so I know I'm buying the right stuff before just going out there and put a little motor oil in my compressor like that one guy. I bought that 1 gallon oil off of eBay back in September, October, and it's worked really good. There you go, Jason. Read it over. Don't be that guy down there and screwed up his compressor. Read the owner's manual. Uh, read the do's and don'ts. And yeah, if you do everything the right way and check everything over, yeah, it's gonna last you. And run distilled water. Don't run natural spring. I mean, you can run whatever water you want in it, But if you want your compressor to last a long time, run pure distilled water. You can go to your stores, find out. I'm pretty sure any of your stores near you probably have distilled water. You can find them anywhere. And run that in it. And get you a 16 quart, 15 liter container, and don't run it off of the 5-gallon bucket of water, because you want your hoses, you'll see in the owner's manual, you want your hoses as flat as possible across without having the hoses come up and over top of a 5-gallon bucket and straight down, because you gotta think when that intake through that pump is going up through the intake, now it's got to come way up here, and then it's got to drop back down to your compressor. I have mine right now set up so it's not working overtime on the compressor. So that intake is sucking water in, the discharge is sucking it out, or it's pushing it out the opposite direction. And it's not sitting there like a lot of people use the 5-gallon buckets. There you go, Tim. So yeah, Jason, try that. Try to get you a 15 quart or 16 quart, 15 liter, and get you some distilled water. I run about, it hold 3 1-gallons. It recommends 4, but I run 3 gallons of distilled water through mine. The reason why I run 3 is because in the summertime I run ice packs in that water when it's 80, 90 degrees. But you should be able to get at least 3. You're gonna want 3 1-gallon. I'd buy 4 1-gallon distilled water, but get that container. And then add 3 gallons of distilled water and get some good oil. I definitely go to the PowerMate brand. You can get Royal Purple, but like I said, you're gonna figure out that the Royal Purple, it's gonna be hard to tell when it gets dirty. Like I did run this for a little bit in my compressor. This was when I first got it, and I couldn't find the PowerMate until I figured out who had it around here. But I had this in it, and this ran all right, but this is like really dark. Actually, this one's not even open. But yeah, this is really dark oil. It's actually not even oil, it's lubricant, but yep, left hand trigger finger. I definitely go 3 to 4. And run distilled. Everybody run distilled. You're gonna thank me in the long run, because distilled water, everybody thinks they can just run regular spring water or the regular city water. Distilled water is the way to go. And I'm so glad that I went to distilled water, and this is why this compressor has lasted me as long as it has, because of running good oil and good water through it. Exactly, Jason. Yep. So definitely going. I mean, like my stores up here, they carry them for like dollar 20 ish, whatever. Um, go buy you like 4 or 5 gallons, 1 gallon, whatever. I mean, you could buy you could buy as many. Like I got stocked up over the summertime, and I had legit every bit of probably 6 or 7 of them in the garage because now it's winter time here, so um, if I'm really out of distilled water, and like I said, now I'm able to get like 2 or 3 months out of it before I got to change out the water in it. But that's it. Like if you have, and make sure that if you get something like this 16 quart 15 liter container, drill holes to equal up to that hose size, and if you keep a lid over top of your distilled water, you won't ever have problems. And that's the reason why usually every every 2 or 3 months I have to change out the water because my lid's on it. It's not getting stuff caught into it. Everything that is sealed up from the compressor to my container of water is sealed. So it's not like there's dust and grime and leaves and whatever is going to get into that container because there's holes drilled down through the lid and my hoses are going through. So there's nothing can get into that. So really, that's why I can get like 2 or 3 months out of it. Walmart distilled water 98 cents a gallon. See, there you guys go. That's cheaper than what I'm buying it for. Definitely cheaper than what I'm getting. Yep. Distilled water is, I mean, I guess if it came down to it, I guess I'd probably drink distilled water, but it's like, I don't think so. And then always, um, always turn off your water pump at nighttime. Like, um, don't let the water pump run all night. You can keep your compressor plugged in, but don't keep that water pump plugged in overnight. Um, it's not gonna hurt it, but I never do it. I always unplug my water. There's the outlet that goes to the wall obviously goes to the water pump, but I always unplug my water pump, and then when I go to use it that next day or that next week, I just plug in the water pump. But up here we get some freezing temps, so some nights if it gets down really cold, some nights I do keep the water pump running, but it doesn't really get that cold where I have the compressor like out here right now. I think maybe a couple nights ago, maybe I had it down to like 2 degrees Celsius, which is, I mean, Mike would know that if he's still in here. It's really not that cold, but um, I guess I'm thinking you probably live down south. I think that's where you said before. So I would definitely get some ice packs. Don't use regular ice, even like your standard ice that you make from ice machine, or if you go to your gas stations buy ice bags that you get the standard bags of ice. Don't use them because that's different water that they use to freeze up the ice. Get you some of these right here. Get you a couple of these. Freeze these up, wash these, freeze them, and then put these in the summertime, and that compressor will be staying cool. Hey guys, I gotta step outside just for a second. Or yeah, you could use that too, or frozen water bottles. I used to use that. You ain't gonna really be able to fit frozen jugs. I use water bottles. Uh, after we used the bottle to drink out of, I'd sit there and just fill up with regular city spring water, and then freeze them, and then I'd put them in there. I mean, it's really not that loud. Like, if they're not loud, it's really not that hard to get to know a little bit about it. Hmm. Did you guys know that I changed the name? Used to be Air Guns Extreme. Did you guys know it's, you probably have, do you guys knows it though, that there's a change. I don't know. Like it shows the different name on my channel, but yeah, it's AGEX'S Outdoors now. We got rid of the extreme. Just because I figure, well, I mean, I do a lot of outdoor stuff, so I figure, well, why not change it to AGEX'S Outdoors? So, got rid of the air guns. Extreme, now it's AGEX'S Outdoors, which I think I like better now. Like, I guess maybe it was time for the change in the channel. Whew. Anybody know if Trapper J's in? Tim. No, don't worry, Tim. It's coming. It's just, we gotta find the right day. I think it's gonna be done this week. Definitely gonna be done this week because we got another couple days of like 60 degree. Guys, I don't remember ever having December be like this where we've only got snow 2 times this whole entire winter so far. And it's been a weird winter. There you go, Jason. That'd be cool. Let me know when you do that. No, the young hang won't take long to fill up that. It ain't snowing here. What the heck? You're from Iowa. Tim's up here. He's not far from me. I just stepped out the door for a minute and it's not even snowing here. Man. Let me see if it's snowing here right now. No, it ain't snowing here. There you go. Pest Hunter Outdoors. Nah, I like that name. That's an awesome name. Oh boy. Dang, been on here a long time. That's awesome. Well, guys, I think I'm probably gonna get off here. I know it's a Saturday night, but I want to get some other things done. I still gotta flesh this coon out tonight and get old Jerry over there off the gambrel. So I think I'm gonna get off of here tonight and get some other things done tonight before it gets too late. But probably be on, I don't know, sometime next week. I'm thinking maybe next Friday. But guys, it's supposed to be kind of warm this week here. So there's gonna be some more videos coming out. Thinking another squirrel hunting video is gonna be popping out. Some more reviews, stuff like that. So we're gonna be working on from here, and so yeah, it's gonna be fun from here on out. So yeah, Tim, I was about ready to mention that. If anybody in here that has a YouTube channel, mention it. Peanut butter. Yeah, that's coming this week. It's gonna be warm this week, so you guys most likely will see that hunt, like Tim said in the last video about the bog pod review. Gets excited every time I upload, thinking it's gonna be the peanut butter hunt, and it wasn't. So Jason, I definitely will check it out, and I'm gonna call you by that because that's your real name. So that's the thing, guys. You know, like left-handed trigger finger. I don't know what your name is, but Pest Hunter Outdoors. I know your name, Tim, obviously. So, guys, appreciate you watching this, and stay tuned, and appreciate everyone that subscribed and comment on every video, stuff like that. So we're gonna move on and get some more videos done, and so enjoy the rest of your guys this weekend. We're out of here. You're watching AGEX'S Outdoors. We'll see you guys on the next one.